Hello, technology education students. Right now, we are going to look at the process of soldering the bottom of our printed circuit board. So the last video you watched, we loaded all these components in. This video, we're going to mount it onto this helping hands setup, and we're going to solder in our pieces. Okay, now I am going to start this video by saying that you should not be soldering the transistors first. You should be having Mr. Elkins check your whole setup before you solder the transistors. And you're going to ask, what components are the transistors? Those components are these ones that I put little tiny black marks on here. Don't do that black mark thing I just did though, because that actually can affect the quality of your solder adhering the solder to those joints. And then there's some black marks up here in a little triangle. You see that? Those I do not want you to solder until I have checked your entire circuit to see how it looks. Okay? That's because we need to use something called a heat sink, which I'll show you in a second, and it protects those transistor parts from getting heated up too much. So we're going to start with the easy stuff, the stuff on top, meaning the battery clip, the photoresistor, the LED, all this stuff up here. So when I come in and solder, I'm going to heat. I'm going to heat for about 5 seconds, and you should have your fan running right now. I know I don't have my fan running, but it affects the quality of the noise or the microphone of my recording here, so that's why I'm not running it. Okay, I'm going to just heat this up and add a little solder, and then heat up the pad and the components, and then it will sort of flow out. Okay, heat the pad and the components. You do not need too much solder. You see how I just put a little dot? Heat, and I'm sort of drawing it up the component. Okay, ideally it should look like a little tiny Hershey Kiss. It may sort of flatten out a little bit because we're using, we'll just say, larger pads compared to what you would use in the real world. But nonetheless, they should not look ball-like. Now, once you get 2 or 3 of these done, you need to grab the pink diagonal cutters or wire cutters and cut these pieces off. Try catching them because they fly around the room. This is also why we need to be wearing our safety glasses, not only because of the hot end of the soldering iron, but these little pieces like to fly across the room and possibly get stuck in your eye. So you need to make sure you're cutting those, but also catching them as you cut them. Okay? So I'm going around here, and I'm just heating, adding just a touch of solder, and then moving on to the next one. Heating, touch of solder, move on to the next one. This one, that is a little cold, so I'm going to heat it a little longer. Good to go. Okay? Now you may need to move your soldering iron around. I'm sort of coming from above the circuit now, going this way to get these ones. Also, I'm trying to finagle myself around the camera here. Okay, so you notice how that one was a little ball-like once when I put the solder there, but after I heated it, it flattened out. If you hear the sizzle, I'm cleaning off the end of my solder points. I'm going to come back in. I'm going to cut a couple of these wire ends. And you notice I got a nice little pile going over here to the left here. Okay? I want you to throw those out because those are everywhere after everybody starts soldering, and it turns out to be quite a little bit of a mess if you don't clean it up. Again, coming in, heating it up for a little bit, add a little bit of solder. There you go. I'm going to come back in and heat that a little bit more. That's good to go. Okay, I'm going to move this leg out that way. And you're going to have to move the legs apart from each other as you start going down the board. That's why I'm sort of cutting as I'm going, because they may be wrapped around each other and touching each other, and you don't want them to get soldered together. Okay? Again, I'm staying away from these pre-sharpied dots that I made. Okay? Because I'm going to need to do those on my final move. Okay, so you see how this one right here is a little ball-like? I'm going to come back here, heat it just a touch longer, so that flattens out. Now, for anybody who's an actual electrical engineer watching this, I know the pads that I'm using here are a little larger than what you use, and they're causing the solder to flow out more, but it's okay because we're trying to make this a little easier to do. I'm going to heat that one up right there. I'm going to heat that one up again. I'm keeping it moving and I'm heating it up longer. And as you can see, as you start doing this, you can get in a groove and see why soldering is quite a fun thing to do if you're doing bigger circuits. Now, I'm coming up to my last solder joint before I have to start using the little alligator clip heat sink, and I'll show you how to use that in a second here. Okay, I'm going to clean off the point of my soldering iron. I'm going to come back through. I'm going to cut the ends of the wires that I just soldered. And we can come back and reheat some of our joints. Okay, now the heat sink. So this gets clipped on top of the transistor. And I come in and I put it on the transistor, little dot of solder, heat, no more than like 3 to 5 seconds. That's it. That's all we need to do, okay? Because if we don't, then the problem is that it's going to maybe melt the semiconductor material inside that transistor, and then that's going to be a spot where we may have to troubleshoot and resolder a new one or remove it. So again, I'm going to come in here, add that heat sink. Now when you do this in class, I do not want you to do this without me helping you. That's why I'm only having 4 to 5 people do this at a time, so I can manage who's working and doing what, okay? And we try eliminating as many problems as possible. Again, I'm adding just a touch of solder, and then I let it cool. That one I'm going to just heat just a touch longer because it looks a little ball-like, a little less Hershey-like, and then we're good to go. Okay, now I'm going to cut those ends that I just put there. Cut that off. I put my hand above it a lot of times, so it just sort of hits my hand and drops to the table, so I can collect it afterwards. Okay, there's another heat sink right there. And then I'm going to go over here, heat, and then that's good. No more. Don't hold it on there endlessly. If you hold it on there endlessly, it's going to lead to greater problems later on. And the heat sink is just drawing all that heat away from the components and just hopefully putting it directly into the pad and the solder. Heat, pull it off. Okay, cleaning the point after every single go. I'm going to cut these. I'm putting my hand above it so those pieces don't go away everywhere. Okay, I got one more. And that's that little thing of cutting it and dumping the, oop, I almost forgot my heat sink there. That's okay. Actually, this is a good opportunity. See how there's like a little ball right there? Because it was just cold. That's what we're trying to not do with our soldering. Not do that with our soldering. And now I'm going to come over here and do the last one. And there we go. We've soldered our board. Okay. We've soldered our board. And then after this, you're going to go to Mr. Elkins, and he's going to help me. I talk in the third person. Come to me, and we'll put the battery clip. Well, the battery clip's already on, but the speaker clip on. That's what these two little wires are for. Like that. Oh, here's the moment of truth. See if I really did it right the first time. Oh, look at that. It's like I know what I'm doing. There we go. There's a working circuit. Good to go. If it does that, then you're going to go make the CAD for this whole scenario afterwards, and I'm going to talk about that more in class after this. Okay?